Greetings to you, my dear friends. I'm Ajith Kaikini from Gati se Pragati, and once again we have Ayaz here who's going to talk to you about the risks and the finances. Do you know something? Today the biggest challenge is you may have an idea, but no mud, no soil, no water. That idea is like a seed. So let's find out, my dear friends, how Ayaz was able to form a company. What is that company you formed? How did you go about it? And where did you get your funds? What are the challenges? Purely on these two lines. Yes, Ayaz.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ajit. Hi there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Wishes as per your time zone. Folks, so thanks once again, Ajit, for having me on your show. And this is the third episode, I believe, in which we are doing this together. So today I'm going to talk about, you can say, let's take a little bit of flashback. It was the 31st of May, or rather 30th of May 2017.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I had quit my last job. Okay. And then the question in front of me was, what do I do next? Okay. That's the time when I called for a small meeting with my mother and my wife. Trust me, that meeting did not last for more than half an hour. Okay. In that half an hour, the question which I put to them was, what do I do next? Option 1, start the job hunting process all over again. God knows when I'll get a job, where I'll get a job, how much will I get.
What was your age that time, Ayaz?
This is in 2017. I was I was hardly around 40.
Okay.
Yeah, 40, 41. Then, unanimously, both the ladies of the house said, Ayaz, start your own. My mother, she said, I will give you the initial money to start your business.
Wow.
Okay. My wife said, Ayaz, I will support you in whatever you do.
Tell me your mother's age that time. I hope I'm not.
No, not at all.
Well, hats off to your mother, man.
She's today she's 78. So back then she was 71.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah. So at her age, from her, you can say, her savings, she decided to give me.
Fantastic.
So
hats off to her.
That's a blessing, a motivation, which I took it up. I said, okay, fine. This was ground zero, literally ground zero. Normally people, and at that time, and this was at a time when I was advised to start a business with clients in hand first.
Oh, okay.
So why I'm saying absolute ground zero is because I did not have clients in hand. Okay. And I had quit my last job, and I was, in terms of, and this was also a huge risk because generally, it is, for a startup company, for a person who's starting a business without investment, okay, with, you can say, a few hundred or a few thousand rupees in hand, is looking out to start a business. How to go about it efficiently, that is something which I learned the hard way.
Yes.
Suffice to say that, that I took a leap. I was standing on a cliff. I jumped down and I learned to build an airplane on the way down.
Wow. That's great. Yeah.
So that is the best, closest analogy which I can think of. And the very fact I'm sitting and talking to you that means I have survived the fall.
That's why we called you here. Yeah. See, because today we have many startups and many close-ups, and some of them are stuck up. So a startup should keep going on. That's why we called you here, so that people get an example as to how to keep going. Yes, continue, please.
Yeah. So in terms of from day one, I've been bootstrapped. In the sense, in fact, I had a discussion with my auditor. In the very initial days, within 30 days, after I started my company, within 30 days, I had to appoint an auditor. So within the first 3 months after his appointment, in one of the conversations, I spoke to him about the funding piece. So what he told me is, Ayaz, a service provider generally does not need funding, especially in your case, you don't need funding, simply because you are providing services out of your own abilities.
Wonderful. Okay. Very true.
So the only funding that you can look for and expect is the ones that clients pay you for your services.
Okay.
And till date, touch wood by the grace of God, that's what I have been doing.
Wonderful.
I provide service for which I charge money. That's it.
Now, there are a lot of terminologies used, bootstrapped and so many. So what is the meaning of bootstrapped?
Bootstrapped meaning like, let's say, to start a company, I invest money from my own pocket.
Okay.
Okay. So funding generally refers to, I mean, it's a money, but who is giving the money? If it's someone else, that is funding.
Achha.
If it's your own, that's called bootstrapped.
But tell me frankly, where is the investment necessary, as you rightly pointed out? What do you have to buy? Some books or maximum pen and all, which you already have?
Okay, the investment, even to start a writing business, so investments are for not too hi-fi, basic stuff, basic necessities. So all I did was, I made sure I invested in a decent enough laptop.
Okay.
That is one. I made sure I have a mobile phone, a working mobile phone with which I'm paying for my SIM card, of course. All amongst the technology, all I signed up was for MS Office.
Okay.
The basic subscription, the paid version. Why do I need to do this? It serves two major purposes. Number one, it gives me the basic applications which I need to fulfill for my you can say my writing requirements. And trust me when I tell you this, I have actually made drawings, or rather my first logo which I had made when I started my company, I made it using MS Word.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, come to this point. What's the name of your company again?
The name of my company is Zanzera Family Consultants. So my apologies. Like I mentioned a story about it, how I went about it. But the name Zanzera Family Consultants is this was one of the outcomes of the discussion which I had with my family.
Okay.
In the initial. That one of the questions was, what should be the name of the venture? I did not want to spend so much of time, because what I felt is, at that time, the only thought that came to my mind is, when change is constant, there should be room to invite it. So, and there's always something called as course correction. I said, let's start with my own name. If need be, I can have a name change down the line.
Absolutely.
Okay, which is, I'm keeping room open for change. Okay, that was one. Second thing, since it was a consensus from the family, hence I wanted the word family as part of the name.
Okay, because whole family joined in this particular venture. Anything else you're doing under this company?
So as a content creator, I write. I provide different forms of writing. Okay, so like, and then I also do interview videos. I also do. I have my own podcast channels.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
In fact, I've got and plus I also teach. I've also been invited to teach in colleges by some of my friends.
Fantastic. So good, my dear friends, please understand, any business today in India, when we were young, we had only 2-3 businesses, engineer, doctor. Other than that, we never heard anything. Okay? But today, writing is a big profession. You get paid handsomely. Look at this man. Okay? Look at the way he sits, his confidence, a wonderful area he stays in. That is the possibility. Any business, is your heart in it? If your heart is in it, then no problem is a problem. You will simply go probe and find out ways to emerge out much more successful than anything else. So my dear friends, you have an idea. Please get into yourself, and I'm sure India is opening up. Whether the topmost companies, or you find today women are also jumping and bouncing up everywhere. The topmost nature conservator is an Indian from Odisha, one girl, Dr. Purnima. So my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, India is going to become a springboard for startups. Don't miss this opportunity. You are on the right track. Thank you very much, and all the best to you.